What's up, good people? Well, Representative Byron Donalds has been blasted all over the news for something that he said that others took out of context. That basically, in my opinion, what you're going to hear from Miss Reid here is they took what that man said and twisted it to what they believe he said and not what he actually said. What that man said is the black family, there were more black families together during the Jim Crow era. Meaning, this is what I took, that during one of the worst times in of America, that black families had it bad. During Jim Crow was rough, but during that time, the families stayed together, mom, dad, children. I want you to hear something. Let's hear this.
So here's the context.
I grew up with my mom. My dad and my mom, things didn't work out. As an adult, I look at my father and I say, bro, I don't know what happened, but you my father and I love you. Wow. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Wow. But I'm going to tell you this. Growing up, the one thing I knew I wanted to do, and this is not about my father, this is about what I wanted to do, is I wanted to be a father to my son. Wow. And so one of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then HEW, Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are. What's happened in America the last 10 years, and I say it because it's my contemporaries, it's Wesley's contemporaries, you're starting to see more black people be married in homes, raising kids. It's when you home with your wife raising your kids, and then you look at the world, you're saying, now wait a minute, time out. This does not look right. How can I get something to my kids? It goes back to the conversation of generational.
All right. So y'all heard that. Now, what part of that did he say Jim Crow was good for black people? He never said that. But if you listen to the far left news channels, all of them, to include what we're looking at now, the NBC is a far left news channel. I don't trust none of the news channels, Fox, none of them, because all of them are paid. They're paid to do what the higher ups want them to do. And to be honest, that's lying. That's what they do. But anyway, the far left news channels are saying that that man said that Jim Crow was good for black people. Al Sharpton called him on and tried to confront him. And I want you to hear Miss Reid.
Wealth, not just having a job, generational wealth.
I am joined now by Florida Republican Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, thank you for being here. We played that lengthy segment. That is what you posted on your social media. The part of what you said that people take issue with is this line, which I'm going to read back to you again. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative. Black people have always been conservative minded, but black people voted conservatively. But it is that during Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's what people have taken issue with. What are they missing?
Frankly, what's really happened is that you have, Democrats and you have the Biden campaign, and some of the media want to twist my words for political purposes. The overarching issue is talking just about Black families and why you're seeing a trend of Black people leaning towards Republicans in this election cycle and probably in election cycles to come. And part of that, in part, is that when you're raising families, raising.
I want you to pay attention. I'm sorry for all the noise outside. That's the trash trucks coming to pick up their stuff. Anyway, pay attention to her body language, her eyes, and everything. She's ready. Just pay attention to her.
Kids, etc. You're now thinking about all of the public policy issues, all of the economic issues, all of the education issues, and that's leading people to have divergence in political thoughts. That was the only point. The stuff that comes up about Jim Crow and twisting my words, saying I was being nostalgic or saying that Jim Crow was good for Black people, that's all political spin. It's a lie. It's gaslighting, and that's truly unfortunate.
So here's the challenge, Congressman.
Here she goes.
You started out talking about your family, talking about your mom, talking about being raised, and you on your own brought up Jim Crow. In fact, you said Jim Crow 3 times for emphasis. It wasn't the media or the Democrats or gaslighters who brought up Jim Crow. It was you. You brought up Jim Crow. So why did you use Jim Crow specifically as your reference? You did that. No one else did that. You did it.
Oh, I did. We were having a conversation, just talking as, Black people in Philadelphia. But if you're going to use the chronological timeline of America before the Great Society and Lyndon Johnson's time period, you had, unfortunately, the Jim Crow era in America. During that time period, the marriage rates of Black Americans was significantly higher than any other time since then in American history. So it is a divergence if you're talking about marriage rates in the Black community. They have plummeted. And what we've seen recently in America, which is a very good thing we should all celebrate, is that the marriage rates in the Black community are rising again. That's good for Black families. That's definitely good for Black children. It's something I want to see. I'm quite sure you want to see it as well.
Okay, let's talk about that. Jim Crow.
Now, she's getting ready to turn that faucet wide open. Just look at her. Pay attention to her body language. She putting her hands together as if, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him on this one. I'm gonna get him on this one. Pay attention.
Lasted roughly from 1867 after the Civil War to 1968. Is there a specific period between 1867 and 1968 that you thought was this golden era for Black families, or a time that was good for Black families?
When did he ever say that? When did he say that era was good for Black families? Again, go look up what he actually said on the internet yourself. Or you can rewind this and look at it. Again, just listen to it again. When did he ever say that? This is what I'm talking about. She's a race baiter. That's how she makes her money. And in my opinion alone, she is a disgrace. She is.
Joy, I never said that. And see, this is where the gaslighting
I'm going to read what you said.
All I was talking about was the marriage rates.
Stop. No,
Joy,
that's not what you said.
Let's
play what you said. Play what he said. Play what he said.
Families. You're saying I said it was the golden era. I never said that.
I'm going to play what you said.
I said that it was better
I'm going to play what you said.
I never said that.
Play what he said.
Play what I
said.
Play
what he said.
During Jim Crow, the Black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more Black people were not just conservative, because Black people always have been conservative minded.
Again, when did he say that? I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to leave the link below. Check out the rest of it. She's a gaslighter. She's a disgrace. She's a race baiter. Her and Al Sharpton, I'm pretty sure they're together or something. Look, I'm a Black man from the South. Yes, there is still racism in the world. There is. But on the levels that they are talking about, it's only in their heads. This is what they want to happen. But if you pay attention to what they actually want, they want the racism part reversed. Because now you're starting to hear white people are bad. White privilege is almost as if they're trying to dog the white people. And they're trying to turn Blacks against whites. Let me tell you something. I like white people. I like black people. I like Asian people. I like Indian people. I like all people. I don't care about your color. I care about who you are, your morals, somewhat of what you believe in, and how you treat others. That's it. Look, people, we have to unite. Get out there and vote in November. Early voting starts in September for some states. I'm not sure exactly what states, but get out there and vote. Because if you do not, and Biden takes this house again, America is done. You already see it. For 4 years, America has fallen fast. If he and his administration holds the house again, America is finished. People get out there and vote. All right. Take it easy. Out.